Welcome back to another video. If you guys are going to enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a like on the video. Also subscribe to my channel, I Am Fat Gaming, hit the notification bell to stay notified for future streams and videos. And for the release of the brand new Dark Pictures game, which I will be streaming on the channel because I've streamed all the other ones, I'll be ranking all of the ones from the first season as well as the Quarry and Until Dawn. So basically every Dark Pictures game that is out right now, I will be ranking. Even though the Quarry and Until Dawn are completely separate stories and they have nothing to do with season 1 of the Dark Pictures, I'm going to be ranking all those two anyway because I want to. So yeah, let's get into the ranking. So let's go through the Man of Medan. I'll be showing my own gameplay for all of these games because I don't want to deal with ads, and I'm a small little channel, so I don't have ads on my channel. So I'm going to be showing my own gameplay for this because I don't want to deal with the stupid ads again. So let's get into it. So in the number 6th spot is Man of Medan. I'm gonna explain why. Man of Medan has a good story, but I think it's the weakest out of all the Dark Pictures games. The story is pretty confusing. I like the characters in the game, but the story is very confusing. Because the story is pretty confusing because you go on this ship. There's people on the ship die from like these spirits or whatever. You go on the ship and you start seeing those spirits, and then you find out that whoever goes on the ship just goes crazy and goes insane and starts seeing things. So basically all the things that you were seeing throughout the entire game was fake. So everything that you were seeing was fake, and I really didn't like that. I thought, but where they were going with the story, I thought everything they were seeing was real, and it turned out that everything they were seeing was not real, and it was the ship messing with them. So yeah, I didn't like that. I'm not a fan of this one. I don't hate it, but it's the weakest one out of the three. It's the weakest one out of all of them. So let's get into it. Let's get into the next one. Let's go with Little Hope now. I'm gonna skip through this so we get to the gameplay part. Okay. So Little Hope to me is in the number 2 spot. Little Hope was very good. It's one of the better Dark Pictures games in the series. It is very, very good. So I'm gonna do a quick little short summary of the story for this one. So basically, it starts out where the family of I forgot the character's name. The family dies in the beginning in a fire. Then the guy that's part of the family goes into the fire trying to save them, and you presume that he's dead. Then it goes into the actual story with all the characters. So there's Taylor, John, I forgot the other characters' names. Yeah, I forgot their names. Oh yeah, so there's Angela, Daniel, Taylor, John. I think there's one other character that I'm missing. But basically, they were on this bus. The bus driver crashes, and the whole story is I'm going through the city of Little Hope trying to find the bus driver. Now you find out at the end, which is this is the biggest plot twist in the entire game. Um, Basically, all these characters, you know, they have a chance of dying. And then the whole big story is about the witch trial. So all these people died in gruesome ways, and there's like a story behind it. So basically, all the characters you play as they all have a chance of dying. Now you could say your job in all these games is to keep everybody alive as um, as um, as best of your ability. Now that might seem easy, but I'm telling you that it gets harder and harder to do that the more you get into the game. It gets a lot harder. Um, um, but yeah, out of the and then at the end of the game, you find out that the bus driver actually survived, and everything that happened throughout the entire game was in his head. So he was hallucinating. I don't know if he had some like schizophrenia or something, but everything he was seeing, he was imagining it. So basically, if you got all the characters killed, it really didn't matter because it wasn't real. But in every single one of these games, it's important to try and keep every character alive. But that was the biggest plot twist in this entire game. You go through this like 4.5 hour experience. Um, you go through this story, and then you find out at the end that it's all in the bus driver's head, and it's not even real. So that's the biggest plot twist of this game. Um, and that's why it is in the number 2 spot. So let's get into House of Ashes. So, House of Ashes is in the 3rd spot for me. Um, yeah, it's in the 3rd spot for me. I think the story was definitely really good. I like the characters. Um, Basically, you go into this like war where you're fighting these people. I forgot the story of House of Ashes, honestly, because I haven't played it in like almost a year. So it's been a while. But yeah. Um, Basically, you go down in this cave, and then you find out that there's like these vampire bat creatures that are um, in the cage or in the cave, and you have to try and avoid them. You also plant a trap for them to try and kill them. And then one of the characters in the group gets infected by one of them. Um, and then um, and then you have a choice to either leave them behind or let them come with you. I decided to leave them behind, and that is the best thing to do because you find out when you get through more of the game that they actually ended up turning, and they turned into one of those. They didn't turn into the vampire thing, but they turned into They turned into a vampire because they got scratched or bit by one of them or something. So I'm assuming that if you didn't leave them behind, they would just kill you. So that's why I decided to, leave her behind. I forgot her name now, but I left her behind because I didn't want to die, and I'm glad that I did that. And she ends up dying anyway because she falls off a cliff or something and she just dies. So, um, but yeah, um, um, yeah, that's why hope House of Ashes is in the number 3 spots for me. So right now, um, it's that's why House of Ashes is in the number 4 spot or number 3 spot. So basically the ranking right now before we get into the Devil in Me is number 4 is Man of Medan. Number 3 is House of Ashes. Number 2 is Little Hope, and then we'll get into number 1, and then we're Until Dawn and the Koi um, rank. So we'll get into that. So let's get into the final one, which is The Devil in Me. Let's get into it. So The Devil in Me, in my opinion, is the number 1 spot for me. And there is going to be one more game that's going to go in the number 2 spot as well as the number 1 spot. But I'll get into that when we get to those two games. But yeah, The Devil in Me is the number 1 spot for me. I think the story of it's really good. The characters are also really good in it. There aren't any annoying characters in this one, which I like. Um, um, I think the environment's really good. Like you go to this castle that has all the traps and stuff. Um, I think it's really cool that the game is based off of an actual serial killer, um, which I forgot his name. Um, H.H. Holmes is what he's called. But yeah, I think it's cool that the game's based off of an actual, like, he was an actual serial killer back in like the 1720s, 1820s. I can't remember. Um, Actually, let's get into that part actually, because the game talks about it. So let's get into that part actually, because I don't remember what year he died. I know it was a long time ago, but I don't remember. Um, but yeah, I really like that it's based off of a real serial killer. It's also the first. He was also the first serial killer in America. Fun fact for you guys. You guys can look it up on Google. It's actually true. He's the very first serial killer in America that we had. So if you guys don't believe me, you guys can look it up for yourself on Google. It's the truth. Um, the Devil in Me is a really fun game. Unfortunately, when I played through it, I got everybody killed. So I'm thinking about maybe revisiting it at some point and playing through the game again. Yeah, May 7th, 1896. So yeah, he died a long time ago. Like over a decade ago, he died. Um, but yeah, um, very, very fun game, very good game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get into Until Dawn now. Okay. I just want to get into one of the parts where it's like lit up more. Um, Until Dawn is gonna be the next game that's gonna be the number 2 spot. Um, and I'm not putting it above Little Hope. Little Hope is still the best game in the number 2 spot, but I'm also putting Until Dawn in the number 2 spot. So let's get into it. So the story of the of Until Dawn I don't fully remember, so I will try and remember it the best that I can. So the game starts out as you play these characters that go back to the cabin after like a year of um, these two people dying. You go back to the cabin area. You go back to the cabin area, stuff like that. Um, and then you find out there's like this like serial killer guy that's chasing you. Um, and you finally end up catching him, and you actually find out that it's Josh, which is one of the um, one of the bigger plot twists in the game. And apparently, he wasn't actually trying to kill anybody, even though one of the characters you play as, I forgot his name, doesn't believe him. And then you find out that what's actually been killing everybody is the Wendigos, which are actually the big creatures in this game. Is the Wendigos. And then at the end of the game, you plant explosives to in the cabin to kill all of them. So you lure them in, and then you have to be like super quiet when they're near you, otherwise they would instantly kill you. And then you basically get out of the cabin and you blow up the explosives and you kill all the Wendigos in the cabin. So that's basically the end of the game. And then depending on how many survivals you have, it will tell you how many survivals there are at the end of the game. I think I got one person killed, and I think that's really it. I think everyone else ended up surviving. So yeah, Until Dawn is a pretty solid story. I would say the beginning of it was really bad. It was really, really rough. The beginning of it was horrible. But I would say the story did get better the more I played it, and I did want to see what happened. So that's why it's in the number 2 spots. Let's get into the final game for today, which is going to be the quarry. Here we go. So let's get into the quarry. So the quarry is going to be the next game that's going to be in the number 1 spot. The quarry was a very good horror game. I enjoyed this one a lot. I played this one, back in July of last year. It was very, very good. Very good horror game. Very good story. All the characters are really good. And I ended up getting, two people killed, I think. I got Jacob killed and I got her killed. I don't remember her name. But I think I got her killed as well. So I got 2 people killed, and I think everyone else. Oh no, I got 3 people killed. I got Jacob killed. I got her killed, and I got the guy in the beginning of the game killed, which I forgot their names. But yeah. But yeah, all the characters are really good. The biggest thing with this game is that there were werewolves in this one, so some characters actually end up getting bit, and they ended up turning into werewolves. But at the end of the game, you find out the main werewolf is I forgot the old lady's name, but it's her son. And apparently, if at the end of the game you kill him, and then it basically reverses the whole infection. So the people that got infected ended up turning back. So I think Nick was one of the people that got infected. He turned back. So at first I thought I was the one that killed him, but he actually didn't get killed. He turned into a werewolf, and at the end of the game, you kill the old lady's son, which she gets mad about that, obviously. And then and then everyone that it gets infected ends up getting cured. So that's the story of the quarry. It's a lot more interesting than that. I'm not going to go fully in depth into the game because I don't want to make this video too long. So if you guys want to see my full gameplay of the game, I have it on my channel. It's under the Dark Pictures playlist. All of the games are in there, including the new one. I'll put the new one in there when I play it, obviously. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So basically, the ranking of the games are in the number 4 spot is Man of Medan. Number 3 is House of Ashes. Number 2 is Little Hope and Until Dawn. And then the number 1 spot is The Devil in Me and The Quarry. So let me know, in your opinion, what you guys would rank these games. Let me know in the comments of this video. Also subscribe to my channel, i5 Gaming, notification bell to stay notified for future videos. And I might do this video again, and I might add the new one after I play through the entire game. I might rank the new one with the ones that have already come out. So let me know if you guys want to see that. And I'll see you guys in the next video in the next couple days. Alright, bye.